JEDZ. Ken, we're going to call our Sycamore Township JEDZ Northwest meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes from December 6th. Do we have a motion?
Yes. Motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums.
Mr. Camp,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman,
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Ms. Westmore.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a district update. You have it, should have it in front of you.
You should have it in front of you. If you scroll up, there you go. No.
Next,
Go
no, go down.
up. Keep going.
Next page. Next page.
Keep
Whoa,
going.
whoa, whoa,
There you go.
whoa.
Keep going.
The red. We want the stuff with the red.
So that's just the last
Move to the
month.
top of that page.
So if you go down a little more,
Good. No, no, no. You t-
go to the next slide, please.
slide, please.
So you can see what we have for the year there. Every month has been up since 22. January was up 4%. February was up 9%. And for the year, for January, February combined, we're up 7%. With the deposits of $190,084.09.
Looks good.
Yeah, very good. So February's collection distribution was $78,919.36 to the township, $8,768.82 to Dearborn. So 23 is shaping up to be a good year so far.
Excellent. Okay. Any other business? If not, we will set our meeting. Our meetings for 2023 will be at 4 o'clock on June 6th, September 5th, and December 5th. And if we do not have any other business, we will take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. We are adjourned. We're going to call our meeting to order. The Sycamore Township JEDZ Kenwood Southwest District. First item is approval of minutes from December 6th. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion second. Okay. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums?
Mr. Mueller,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman,
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Mr. Larmer.
You hear?
Mr. Rosen.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the district update. And maybe you can now tell us a little bit about this district update. Yeah, you can go up there. That's fine. Either way, or you can sit in the chair. Doesn't matter to us. We're easy. Go ahead.
We'll make it all official right here. So I'm Jenny West. I am transitioning between tax administrator and finance administrator. So we have someone new in our office, Ken, who may be coming at some point. Update for the Southwest JEDZ is that we're 2% down from 2021 in 2022.
Excuse me.
Most of the reason for that is we've had quite a number of folks that are now working at home and staying at home rather than coming back to their offices. One company in particular had quite a large hit in that way. And most of the refunds that we paid out in 2022 are attributed to that company. And we had twice as many refunds in 2022 as we did in 2021. But that figure went from about 10,000 to 20,000.
Okay.
So that's the dollars we're talking about. So I think we may be kind of coming to a new plateau as far as those work at home versus work in the offices are kind of settling out. So,
Okay.
do you have any questions for me that?
You want to scroll down to the next page? Okay, so we confirmed that the 19,938 is for first quarter 2023.
Yes.
Okay. All right, anybody else have any questions? Thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's no other business, we will we'll assign new dates dates and times for the remainder of the year.
Those dates have been set, so we set those in December.
We did. Okay. Next meeting is June 6th. No need to set that any further. If there's no other business, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to call our JEDZ East meeting to order. First item on the agenda is appointment of treasurer. As you know, Tom Moeller is no longer with us. We have Michael Norton Smith. And I'd like to make a motion to nominate Michael Norton Smith as our treasurer.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums.
Mr. Bourne,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman.
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Mr. Stalman.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda. Welcome, Michael. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes from December 6th. We have a motion.
We approve the December 6th minutes.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums.
Mr. Bourne,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman.
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Mr. Stalman.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is district update. Do you want to go through this, Michael?
And I will attempt to do so from my recollection of what Mr. Mueller presented, but I have to see if there are specific questions. I'm
Okay.
happy to circle back. I provided the December 2022 year end and then also the January 2023. We are still in the process of reconciling the February numbers, so I'll present those at a future meeting. But just wanted to show a snapshot of where we ended up last year and then also kind of what we have seen so far this year. So year-to-date gross collections, or excuse me, end of year gross collections for the East JED, we ended up with $2,414,643 in gross collections. That was down approximately 3% or so from year-to-date in 2021. Breaking that down, we had a $48,292 collection fee to the city of Madeira, same refund allowance at $98,202.87 for the refund allowance, and then an administration allowance of 1%. That may be a typo on the 98 because those numbers should be the same. But in general, that will net collection up to $2,262,875. After we back out the interest income or fee refunds of $1,769.85. The net distributable amount is $2,261,105. 90% of that to the township is $2,034,994, and the 10% of the city of Madeira is $226,110. So again, that's where we ended up at the end of last year, just a tad down. Flipping to the January of 2023 collections number, you can see the downward trend in gross tax collections continues. It's actually exacerbated a little bit through the first month of the year, so hopefully we see that leveling off as we continue throughout the year. But just in general, in January, we collected $180,866, which was down approximately 20% from the $228,023 that we had in 2021. Again, the 2% collection fee and 2% refund allowance were both at $3,617. We didn't have an administration allowance taken out of that, so the net collections was $173,631. We had $138 in bank fees, so the net distributable amount is $173,493. Of that, the 90% to the township is $156,144, and the 10% to the city is $17,349.
Okay. Does any of this have to do with the space juggling over at Kenwood Towers?
So we're actually looking at this to see kind of what we can discern from our kind of internal earnings model. We think it has something to do with the kind of the work from home phenomenon and office space and whatnot. But again, and there also, I think that there's, I would hope that the 20% down does not maintain itself throughout the year. I hope that this is maybe falls on, a pay period or something, and that we start to make up a little bit of that ground. But I would not be surprised if we were down a little bit from the previous year.
Okay. I know that a big employer moved from the central to the East District. And another big employer in the East was kind of like downsizing, and I think they may be having their people stay at home a little bit more. So I was curious if that had impact on it. Okay, anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, just, Michael, you may not know, but how do we, as people come and go in and out of the buildings, how does the city maintain and ensure that those new tenants understand what they're withholding and who and how, and the
So I can get specific information for you, but I know our tax department does on a regular basis communicate with folks who are moving in and, educate them about kind of the JEDZ requirements for payment. So we do have a pretty steady flow of new folks who are filing for the first time. So we do try to stay on top of it through the tax department. But I can get specific information about how that's communicated and report back.
just next quarterly review.
Sure.
Good. Okay, anybody else have anything else? If not, we will take a motion to adjourn the East meeting.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. We'll call our central meeting to order. First item on the agenda is appointment of treasurer. Make the motion to nominate, to appoint Michael Norton Smith to treasurer for the central district.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums.
Mr. Bourne,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman,
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Mr. Stalwell.
Yes.
Okay. Michael, welcome again. First, next item on the agenda is approval of minutes from December 6th. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Mr. Kellums.
Mr. Bourne,
Yes.
Mr. Weedman,
Aye.
Ms. Schwagman.
Aye.
Mr. James.
Aye.
Mr. Stalwell.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the central update. Michael, you want to walk us through it again?
Yep, absolutely, Mr. Chair. So kind of as with the East, I provide both the December 2022 and the January 2023 collections. Kind of a very different story from the East. In the Central, we are up significantly at the end of 2022. You can see we brought in $3,149,243 as compared to $2,599,168. That's approximately a 21% increase over the prior year. Out of that net or gross collections, we had the 2% refund allowance and collection fee at $62,984 each, and then $5,182 in the administrative allowance, leaving a net collections of $3,018,091. We had $1,376 in interest income and fees, leaving a net distributable amount of $3,016,714. The township's distribution of that is $2,715,043, and the city's distribution is $301,671. Moving to January of 2023. Again, the trend of being up continues here. The gross collection amount was $278,860 compared to $229,344 in 2021. That's a 2022 rather. So that's a 22% increase for the current year. We had $5,577 for both the 2% collection fee and refund allowance. So that brings our net collections to $276,705. we had $96 in interest fees or interest income and fees. So the net distributable amount is $276,609. The township's distribution of that is $240,848, and the city's distribution is $26,760.
Okay, that's excellent. Now, I was anticipating this increasing based on my meeting with the general manager at the mall, but not this much. This is pretty good.
And just as a note, if you were to take both of them and combine the two JEDs, we're actually tracking about 1% up or so for both of them. So we're kind of holding the line, if you will.
Okay, good.
Great, thank you.
Anybody have any questions, comments? If not, the next meeting is June 6th, immediately following the JEDZ East meeting. And if there's no other business, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
We adjourn.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.